Good afternoon. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, Tina Gay Bernard, 1871 Northwest South River Drive, Unit 1901, Miami, Florida, 33125. At the last meeting on March 11th, there was a council member that remarked about the race card and not seeing race. And words are really important, so I think we should just review a few. In terms of racism, that's something that's extreme. It's psychologically and economically systemic. Discrimination, which is one level under, is subjective, and it's situationally intentional. And then there's bias. It's general, it can be subtle, obtuse, yet deep-seated, and mute even, until it plays out in shockingly dark ways unbeknownst to prior circumstance. For council members to assert that racism is not at all at play is obtuse. The all-around bias of this redistricting is undeniable. The fact that meetings have been extended, maybe some in secret, so far as to yesterday it seemed like possibly suppress public comment, is discriminatory because it's situationally intentional. One key reason for this redistricting is to quell the voice of the active and very advocate Black community and have the population increase electoral votes for politicians with the latitude to possibly, and quite frankly, marginalize their interests. There's an inextricable link between race, property, and voting that we cannot deny. You had Tulsa, Oklahoma in 1921, Wilmington, North Carolina in 1898, and even here in Miami, Railroad Shop in 1947. It's clear that this redistricting is a modern-day attempt similar to that. The race card is most certainly being played as there are no attempts to divide Surfside, Bal Harbor, or Brickell. Keep Coconut Grove.
Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Peter McGrath. I lived in the Grove for 3 decades. We've raised sons here, grandsons, etc. I live at 3750 Kent Court in Coconut Grove. I strongly am in favor of Ken Russell's plan, but I'd also like to cede the balance of my time to Bertie.
Thank you so much. So very quickly, thank you, Commissioner Carrillo, for asking that question because it's important for it to be addressed. So let me just do that very quickly, high level in the time that we have. If you're asking why there's concern in terms of the impact to the Black community, I'd say there are 3 big things that we can take a look at visually that probably everyone here can attest to. So the first among them is that there was a promise of a central business district to be placed on Grand Avenue. As well, the historic preservation of the Bahamian-style homes, and as you know, all you have to do is drive around, and what you're beginning to see is an outprice, not only impacting property values, which residents cannot pay, but also the newer style architecture that you're starting to see, which is changing the character of the neighborhood. And the last piece being that there was a promise of community-centered affordable housing programs, which you know aren't happening. So this reason why it's concerning is there is no reason based on history that we should believe that a piece of that neighborhood going to a different district where the people who are Black homeowners are, that their interests will necessarily be represented.
But didn't you hear me?
Ma'am.
I said
Yes,
not an
you
inch.
asked the question.
I said not an inch of that community is going to another district.
Right, but you asked the
Not
question.
an inch.
Okay.
Ma'am, can you repeat your
If you
address?
purposely want to confuse it, to try to
I don't want to purposely do
carry,
anything.
carry your narrative, there's not an inch of that traditional.
Is there an
Black
inch of any of the
community.
3 things that I've said that have been addressed?
Well, you're talking about something different, okay?
Okay.
That's got nothing to do with redistricting. What I am talking about is that the area, the sliver, on the other side of Bird to US 1, that is not, never has been, part of the Black Grove. Never. Never.
Thank you. We're going to
Thank you.
move forward.
you.
Madam Chair, can we get, I need the lady's name and address again.
Am I on next?
Ma'am?
Yes, you are.
Can you repeat your name and address?
Todd could give it to you. You.
What is it, Todd?
Tina Gabe Bernard,
Okay, what's the address?
1871 Northwest South River Drive.
Okay. You live in the
Sir.
building, she lives right in the building next to mine. I live in 1861 Northwest South River Drive. So you're my neighbor, and I'm your commissioner. So welcome.